You all must remember the big picture. The Bible is true and real.
Hola! Bring this creature a Spanish robe. Welcome to the communion.
Hello, my fellow heathens. Welcome to the video.
Hi, heathens.
Today I'm responding to a channel named A Bit of Orange. So let's just dive straight into this crazy.
Greetings, friends, and welcome to Answering Atheism, presented by your friends here at A Bit of Orange.
Please don't call me your friend. I do have some standards.
Yeah, sure.
Why toasters and roach clowns are nothing to fear.
So, are we the toasters or the roach clowns?
I would bet toasters.
Now, if you don't remember anything else from this presentation, at least remember this. The big picture. The Bible is true from the very first page.
No. No, bitch. You can't just say something's true and it's true. I'm fucking Jesus then, bitch. What?
I think that's a proposition and not justification. But maybe, who knows?
For every attack against the Bible, there are answers. For every question about Christianity, there are answers. For every doubt or confusion, there are answers. Whoever you are, whatever you ask, there are answers. Don't stop looking until you find them.
Okay, there are thousands and thousands, if not billions of people out there that are constantly looking for answers, and they have led to the development of sciences. We have little satellites, well, little, they're massive satellites orbiting the Earth, and Jesus didn't do any of that, nor the spaghetti monster.
Are you sure? I think Flying Spaghetti Monster had to do at least something with it. I mean, Bobby Henderson said that. Raise that toast for those noodly appendages.
And why does it matter that the Bible is true? It's because the Bible gives us the gospel, the good news of salvation through Jesus Christ. Or, as it says in John 3:16, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have eternal life."
So, the reason the Bible is true is because the Bible gives us the gospel.
Come again?
And why does it matter that the Bible is true? And why does it matter that the Bible is true?
So, the reason the Bible is true is because the Bible gives us the gospel. So, the reason the Bible is true is because the Bible gives us the gospel. Well, if you mean anti-creation because science, well, if you mean
smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day.
Okay. Any book that's regarded as spiritual text is essentially gospel, and they can say the same fucking shit.
Part 1. What is an atheist and what else is out there?
An atheist is someone that lacks a belief in God or gods or a spiritual belief system, or someone that is adamantly opposing spiritual belief systems.
Are you sure that's not how we define communism? Okay.
Clearly, there's more species out there than just Christian and atheist. So let's define a few terms to make sure we understand the broad spectrum of the different species that we can talk about.
Are your viewers like really dumb? Because you could just say there are different ideologies. You've had to turn us into butterflies and whatever the weird fruity looking ones were. Like, I'm like really smart. I'm like a genius.
I think maybe he said species because he see no chance of being able to pass on genes with you. That's my best guess.
First, we have the Christian. The Christian is a person who has embraced, by faith, salvation through Jesus Christ. They have believed and been transformed through the renewing of their minds. While sometimes they need to be reminded of this truth, their actual position is...
Please, you're just making this too easy for me.
I guess he sees your past performance.
You just said someone that's been transformed and renewed their mind, but they obviously forget it sometimes and
Because someone renewed their minds?
they are still transformed and they're still higher beings because Jesus.
Jesus. Casting the demons out? Sincere, really.
As for me, I was dead in my transgressions and sins, but because of his great love for us, God, who is rich in mercy, made me alive with Christ even when I was dead in transgressions. For it is by grace I have been saved through faith, and this is not from myself, it is the gift of God, not by works, so that I cannot boast.
Now you're using the Bible to describe what Christians are like, which is bullshit. It's like using the definition of feminism to define modern feminists.
Yeah, a Quran should define Christians.
So check out Ephesians chapter 2 to realize that I am taking this literally directly from the New Testament.
I don't know if you know, but that isn't a good thing.
I told ya, it's the Quran.
Then there's the theist. This is a person who believes in some god or gods. This could be a Jew, a Mormon, or a Muslim. They don't have salvation through Christ, and in every case are either working toward earning their salvation or being apathetic about it.
The hypocrisy just hit 100.
I don't think hypocrisy means what you think it means.
I'm just going to correct this definition for you. Theists are anyone that believe in God or spiritual entities or whatever you want to call them.
Pink invisible unicorns?
That includes you, Mr. Jesus and Noah's Ark and bullshit.
Dragon!
Satan knows that God exists, but he's terrified of God because God is the judge that will punish evil. So when people say, well, I believe in God, that doesn't make you a Christian. It doesn't mean that you're saved.
Being a Christian doesn't mean you're saved either. It means you believe you are. There's a difference.
I would say, safe from atheism, safe for eternity.
They're not saved, and they would not know Jesus in a police lineup with the three little pigs.
You wouldn't know Jesus in a police lineup with three little pigs. Like, no one actually knows what Jesus looks like.
Like a human? 5. Male, cisgender. And lots of guns.
Then there's the agnostics. These people admit they do not know if God is there, but they are open to the possibility that he is. As the name implies, this position is an admission of ignorance.
I have considered myself an agnostic since I was about 14.
I guess that's why you shouldn't be some things when you are 14.
And I don't think it's an admission that it's possible. I think it's a statement that it's a question that is unknowable. So to claim that you know God exists, or a Bible knows that God exists, or that you know God does not exist, or some form of creator does not exist, then you're all incorrect. I didn't take it as, oh well, I'm saying you could be true. No, because fucking at the end of the day, the spaghetti monster could be true.
Ma'am, I disagree.
Statement is, I don't know if God is there or not, and you probably don't either.
Okay, I'm not agnostic anymore, but I don't know if God is there or not, and you definitely don't either.
But something is keeping them refusing to accept the existence of God. Their doctrinal statement is, there is no God, no Santa Claus, no Easter Bunny, and no Tooth Fairy. But there might be aliens.
The maths alone suggests there must be aliens out there. Unless there is some kind of boundary that we haven't thought up of that would prevent them and maybe even us from reaching a stage at which we would be prominent in our galaxy, then there should be aliens. And that's not a belief, that's just mathematical equations. And like, math is proven to be correct, so it's not just believing maths to be correct.
Hey, Matt, what are those freaking things you are suggesting again? Damn, he's a troll.
This group has been called many things over the years. They've been called atheopaths, anti-creationists, or zealots.
Well, if you mean anti-creation because science, then yes. Well, if you mean anti-creation because science, then yes.
You serious?
Science, the intellectual and practical activity encompassing the systematic study of the structure and behavior of the physical and natural world through observation and experiment. Where is the anti-creationist part? Oh, it's in the propaganda.
They're the ones who, while still entirely unable to defend atheism, just cling to it like rats clinging to a box of donuts in a flooded storm drain. Because their faith in atheism is very important to them, but they can't defend it rationally, they convince themselves that an attack on religions or religious people is just as good as a defense of atheism.
I can defend atheism. Very rarely has there ever been an atrocity committed in the name of atheism. Atheism does not impose any kind of belief system onto a society or a group of people. The dogmatic beliefs that are held within a religion are directly used to hold societies into a position in which they are not comfortable and they have to still adhere to because of the status quo. So I can defend atheism. You just say people can't defend atheism because it makes it easy for you to feel like you're right.
There goes your achievement.
Their doctrine and the message they most often convey is, I don't understand your position, but you are wrong and I hate you. Getting to know the roach clown. Their habitat is social media.
Tumblr, Reddit.
You'll find them hiding behind false names and fake avatar pictures. You'll find them frequently drunk on a cheap bottle of atheism.
$9 and a subscription to Dawkins. Professor Richard Dawkins, the Pumpkinhead Prophet Pope of Atheism.
They believe evolution to be all of modern science.
But more vaccinations.
Their language is limited to logical fallacies or obscenities.
Oh, that's just an indicator of language skills.
And while they're full of venom, they're still mostly harmless. If you're thin skinned, the toxins will get to you, but if you got a thick enough skin, they're not going to do you any harm. They're not as bad as a mosquito. They're just as annoying as a mosquito, but not even as harmful.
Yeah, so, this will be a product placement. Wanna save yourself from atheists? Order Coat of Christ. $5. And it stops on the venom. Good thing, it attracts a lot of atheists. So you can evangelize. Coat of Christ. $5 in nearest stores around you.
If there was something that pressed the play button, then that thing is no distinguishable than like a random number generator. You cannot tell whether God exists or not. So it doesn't make sense to hold people to these belief systems that have hurt many people and held back our society from thriving in things like sciences and medicine. I believe that I have completely rational ways of defending it. Your only rational defense of Christianity is, oh, some people have morals that they feel as though they attained through religion and the Bible.
All the progress, lost creations, all the things we could do. All the progress, lost to creations, all the things we can't do. All the progress, lost to creations, all the things we wish we do. Oh, 72 genders and sex with 3.
Thank you for watching. If you want to see the whole video, all the links will be in the description. Thank you for having me on the channel, Godless. You are amazing. If anyone would like to join me on my channel, I've responded to another one of his videos on there. Why atheists
Atheism
cause
has
trans people.
estrogen injections and soy? Nice theory.
And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye then.